All right. I think we're back. I'm just looking and yeah, now it looks like it's okay. We're doing like 31% CPU usage. That is a lot better. Um Hopefully this didn't break off into two streams or something. That would be irritating. But hopefully everything is working okay at the moment. Hold on a sec. Okay, that's nothing to worry about. But yeah, that is weird. That is weird. So, okay, hopefully third, fourth time's charm. I'm losing track. I'm going to try this one more time. If this doesn't start, I'm going to be mad. So, we are launching, and I turned off display capture so it'll do the game capture, and loading. iRacing has fired up successfully. We are loading the loading screen. You can see it. And no crash yet. That is a positive. Come on, come on, come on. Fingers crossed. We're in. Thank goodness. We are actually in. I've tried Streamlabs. I tried it early on and it had a lot of issues. So maybe I'll try it again later on. So now we can see here, clock. 2018, 5:15, 17:18. So that's, I guess, time of day. I don't know if there's any way to speed it up or anything. That would be cool. Let's jump in the car. We're actually in the car now. Thank goodness. Yep, that's definitely 4-cylinder. Hold on. Yep, definitely. Whoa! Okay, yeah. This car does not like trail braking. Whoa, the frame rate just seemed to jump weird there. Because frame rate looks fine in here. In OBS, it looks to be acting up, so I might have to switch softwares around. Frustrating, but hey, could be worse. This update is out now, Brummy. Yes, it is. Hopefully frame rate's looking alright for you guys. I was having nightmares with this update so far. To be honest, I might end up just scrapping this live stream and doing a review because I don't know if it's OBS causing an issue, iRacing conflicting with OBS or something, but it just seems off. At this point, I'd rather just do a pre-recorded video or something. Yeah, Brummy, I think I saw your comment about that. I'm not worrying about that because that's at a business that is basically no longer in business. That was a business address that I'm not really worrying about because it's like defunct now. If it was a residential address I'm still at, I would be more concerned, but I'm not really as concerned about it. It does seem like these new cars for iRacing are more challenging. I think that if this was any other sim, though, I would have caught that slide. It's interesting because iRacing, they do all, like, this is the iRacing effect, and in my opinion, I'll call it the iRacing conundrum. They're adding a lot of great features, some that are overdue, some that are truly innovative, some that are actually groundbreaking evolutions of features that we have seen. But there are still a lot of core underlying issues that need to be addressed. They're, like, still, in my opinion, iRacing is one of the worst sim racing titles when it comes to feeling the car's edge of grip. It's one of the worst titles in terms of that. It's one of the worst titles in terms of catching slides. It's like, just realistically, once you cross a point in no return, which is kind of absurd at times, you just can't, like, get past that edge and expect to survive, per se. Those are issues I have with iRacing, and still seems like they're still existing even around 7 years after I first jump in. Because the thing is that going from R Factor 2 to Automobilista to Assetto Corsa to even Project Cars 2 to an extent, I can still carry some of the same ideas, the same driving concepts, and be alright. In iRacing, I almost have to relearn things, which is irritating. It's the same issue I actually have with Gran Turismo Sport. But at least with Gran Turismo Sport, I know what a lot of the issue is. It's a non-linear throttle pedal that causes a lot of issues in GT Sport. For iRacing, I just can't put a finger on what the issue is. It has that point of no return, like aptly mentioned right here. Granted, I think I got a little overeager on the curb, but you feel nothing through the tires. You feel nothing through the tires. And that is frustrating. Like, I'm feeling no limit through the tire. And you can check top right. I am not clipping. I'm not clipping into force feedback. I have almost no idea what is going on with the tires. I have a vague idea, and I guess if you train yourself to get used to it, you can get an idea. And ultimately, it's just like, yeah, I can't feel comfortable with these cars in iRacing. And also, full disclosure, guys, full disclosure, I bought this with my own money. I bought all these new cars and tracks with my own money. I bought the Formula 3. I bought the Formula Renault 3.5. And also, for good measure, I bought the new Chevrolet Camaro Cup car. And this was with all my own money. And yeah, so I just wanted to give you full disclosure. For once, I actually caught a slide, but that was more on instinct than anything. I barely could tell when the car was sliding. I think, yeah, some cars are better than others. Some cars are better, but ultimately, it still is a struggle. Oh, I also bought the Ford GTE car because I wanted to try GTE rating. So yeah, I spent, it was about $35, I think, to do this test for you guys. But I mean, it does get a little more comfortable, but at the same time, there should be a lot better, like, feeling and stuff. I mean, it's an okay car. It's an okay car, but at the same time, it's counterintuitive to what I drive in other sims. That's what I feel is the problem. I know Jimmy Broadbent, he was turning like 49s at this track, I want to say. Either 49 or 50.9 or something like that. So, it's interesting because I'll admit I'm not a good driver. I'll admit I'm not the best driver, but there are just some parts of iRacing that feel off. Put this car in Assetto Corsa with accurate physics and put this car in, and you would see me catching these slides. I could pretty well guarantee that. Assetto Corsa, definitely. And actually, Assetto Corsa is getting a Formula 3 car, so I'll be able to test that later on. But this just, it doesn't sit well with me. That's the best way for me to describe it. So now we're actually going to switch things up a bit. So I'm going to pull off this Turn Racing R1 Pro, and I'm going to do the stock TSPC GTE Challenge rim because I want to test out this Roval. So I have not driven on the new Charlotte Roval. I thought it was an interesting concept. It made for a half decent NASCAR race, I'll give it that. But ultimately, I'm still not exactly the biggest fan of it. But I want to test it out with the Cup car. That's part of the reason I bought the new Cup car. And we'll see how it is. And yeah, let's... This screw is a pain in the butt on Thrustmaster wheels. It really is. And because NASCAR cars are iRacing's basically bread and butter, because iRacing is like the king oval sim, like it or not, hopefully the car will feel all right. Generally, the Cup cars feel better. I have not driven the new Camaro yet, though. But yeah, I'm more of a Chevy guy in NASCAR myself, and just didn't bother buying the Camaro when it first came out. But now I decide, what the heck, I'll buy it. Okay, feels so good on Roval. Literally start spinning well before I even lock this in. How come I'm not on the direct drive wheel? Because I'm testing this for review. That's why. I'm going to move my direct drive wheel onto my Heusinkveld cockpit. Likely move my Heusinkveld pedals back to the cockpit as well. And I'll get either the Fanatec pedals or the Thrustmaster pedals on this rig for now. So that's why. So we can go to the NASCAR Monster Cup Series ZL1. And we are going to do Charlotte Motor Speedway, Roval. We are going to paint the car first before jumping in. Yeah, Erozitis, I heard that. It's frustrating. I heard that they are going to be giving a free Formula rim to everyone who pre-ordered, though. So that's at least some form of compensation, I guess. But yeah, I can imagine a lot of Fanatec fans are frustrated by that. If I had pre-ordered it, I would definitely be a little frustrated. Alright, so this looks okay. Does iRacing feel good on a direct drive wheel or more the same? I'd say a little better. iRacing, they've done a good job optimizing it, especially for open sim wheels. That would explain why Fanatec was reluctant to send me a DD wheel to review. I emailed them the other day and they were like, yeah, we are running low on review samples. We'll let you know with more info. That could explain why. Okay, iRacing, please don't crash my computer this time. Please don't crash my computer this time. For those of you who are jumping in the second stream, I guess we'll call it, we were testing iRacing earlier, and it literally crashed my entire computer. I don't know why. It could have been OBS or something, but we were loading iRacing, and boom, it crashed everything. Configure controls. Yeah, one of the irritating things with this TSXW is if you put on this specific rim, it boots into advanced mode. So this is the TSPC Racer Advanced mode. And it's recognized as a completely different device. So you would, if you alternate between wheels, you would literally have to like remap the controls every time. With iRacing, that gets really irritating because of the way iRacing handles things. This is the TSPC Racer wheelbase. And this is using the 488 Challenge wheel. On the bright side, we have more buttons now. Failed tech inspection. There should be Roval configuration. Charlotte Quad Oval. Charlotte Quad Oval Night. No Roval configuration. That's... I mean, this is kind of, for lack of a better term, we'll say befuddling. So this is the new track. A lot of NASCAR fans would like to drive this track, I bet. But nope. Right off the bat, there is no default configuration. Let's just use Sonoma. Smoke a lot. We are holding... Alright, I am going to put that back on my Heusinkveld rig. I'm just currently testing out the TSPC Racer for review. So I think also we were talking about this before. We are going to hide the steering wheel because that just will block a lot of vision. So we turn down here. So this is quite a bit different compared to the Roval that used to be for Charlotte. You turn in. Drive out. It's similar, but at the same time different. There was going to be that right-hand bend that was an extended portion, but I guess so many drivers complained about it, they decided to take it away. So here, trying to remember where the chicane is, and there it is. There we go. We did not get a good exit out there. So here, heartburn turn. Big, like, guess we put too much speed through there. Yeah, this is tricky. How's TSPC compare? Well, the general consensus for Thrustmaster is it's slightly notchier, a lot less powerful. I find myself hitting the clipping meter and just wishing there was more force feedback. That's my common rule that I've been finding with Thrustmaster wheels in general. Even my TGT, I'm experiencing that. It tends to communicate less, especially the subtle forces, the subtle nuances. Hey, that turn kills you. In sims with good force feedback, this wheel works great. I'm actually able to race well with this wheel. You watched me race quite a few races in the sim racing system McLaren F1 Championship. And I was able to get good results out of it. I was able to catch slides. It communicates well. So there's that. But if you compare this to a direct drive wheel, then this definitely gets blown out of the water. Just about any direct drive wheel can blow this out of the water, except, honestly, from what I tested, the Simplicity Compact Series, I would put this above that in terms of feel and responsiveness, believe it or not. However, I did just get an email from Simplicity. They released a new update, and they already have alleviated some of my fears and concerns. So I might have to take a second look and see how much of an impact that makes, how much of an improvement it is. Hey, Bill, how's it going, man? Yeah, this is a tricky track. I'll give it that.